The woman asked about meditation, and I could try to teach meditation on a TV show. I haven't quite thought about that, and I have done a few shows in which I have discussed meditation and had an interaction with a number of people. But if you have never meditated, then and you're not interested in meditation, then that would be a poor use of our time. People begin to meditate when they're ready, and so then they begin to seek out the answers that are right for them. Anybody can meditate, and almost everybody does. Sometimes I was meditating for years and didn't know it. It was called that. You see, my sister from Oklahoma called it staring off into space. Now, I don't know, maybe they thought there was something wrong with me when I was a kid, because I like to go and be alone out in the fields, or sometimes I'd go sit up in a tree. I'd climb trees and sit up there, and I could just sit for hours and just be with nature and just be there. And I was thoroughly entertained and completely fulfilled, and I felt nature and God calling me to go and be quiet and be still and just listen. And so I became very grounded, if you will, in that part of myself, which you have the same parts. It's not a part, it's really who you are. Just that part of yourself, which is, I call it the witness. There's a part of you that is watching and who is experiencing the world from the inside out, and who is very wise, and who can refer to its own inner knowledge in order to learn something. So you could even say that you are self-taught in a way. And this part of you, I believe, has always been there and is very connected to all there is. And by all there is, I mean all consciousness, all knowledge, all awareness, past, present, and future, and can travel easily in many domains. If you can close your eyes and imagine voyaging, then there is a part of you that I'm speaking to and I'm speaking about that is where I believe all of the great creativity, all of the songs, the music, the poetry of Hafez that I've read in English, and I recognize where he's coming from. I wish I could speak as eloquently, of course, but he says the things, and I think that that's why so many people love Hafez and Rumi, because they speak the words very, very beautifully of a place that we all know and recognize, of a state of mind and innocence and wisdom, and a sort of funny, sometimes clever and entertaining way of viewing the world that we call enlightenment or we call spiritually awakened. But you've been there. If you're still listening to this program after all I've just said, it's because you recognize something. You recognize some truth in what is being said, and are remembering in a way this part of yourself that I'm speaking about. So there are many ways to become centered and calm in that place, and then later on people will look and say, oh, they're meditating. When I was a child meditating, I didn't call it meditation. I didn't even have that word. I didn't know what they were talking. If somebody said, oh, Gregory's meditating, I wouldn't even know what they were talking about, you see. So I believe that we all do get very quiet and listen to our inner voice, if you will, listen to our inner soul. There's many, many ways to do that. I think the most simple and accessible way to do that is to be able to just focus your eyes on one thing. And it could be the tip of your finger, although that could get a little boring. Most people will choose a candle or a stone or a flower, but it doesn't matter what it is, really. I would propose that it should be something pleasant to your eyes, rather than look at something sick and dirty, However, the Buddhists say that you should be able to attain enlightenment even sitting on a pile of garbage. So it doesn't, wherever you choose to focus your mind, if you can focus your mind on just one thing for even a few moments and let everything else go away, then you are meditating in a very real sense. And if you can focus your mind on one thing and put everything else away, then eventually you can even put that one thing away and experience the true emptiness. And in this emptiness, it's not empty at all. In the emptiness, it is complete possibility, the possibility of possibility. In the emptiness, there is the possibility of virtually everything. So everything comes from nothing, don't you see? So if you want to be able to vividly create your life and create your body, your well-being, create your relationships, create your career, create your life, in other words, create the things that make you who you are consciously, then that creation can only be done from a place of emptiness, and in the emptiness is all possibility, you see. So for those of you who are interested in meditation, I propose that you find somebody to teach meditation and learn about it and begin to immediately, like today. Don't think about it. If you've been thinking about it, then do it. You wouldn't even have thought about it if it wasn't something that was calling to you from your subconscious mind. So some part of you may be enlivened or awakened by this conversation, and if it is, then I propose that you take action on that right away, and that you find a nice quiet place and that you begin to meditate, even if it's just for 3 minutes, 5 minutes, it doesn't matter, because in that amount of time, your whole central nervous system, your conscious and subconscious mind can come together for even just a few moments and create a state of inner peace. And that inner peace feels like home. You'll begin to recognize it and want to go back there.